Hello everybody, this is Aspie and you're watching The Incredible Aspie. If you're wondering what let me just change that over here. Hello everybody, this is Aspie and you're watching The Incredible Aspie. I just decided that since today I'm a little bored, so I decided to read this article. A few days ago, I was reading on the Drudge Report. I love the Drudge Report. It's like one of the greatest news sites you could ever find. It doesn't actually post news. It doesn't actually write news. It just finds really good articles from online and puts them on there. But anyway, he put this article on here called the five most triggering Halloween costumes of 2017. You can imagine what this is going to be like, right? You can imagine. It's just absolutely... Why don't I go check if somebody is actually there or somebody's watching? Oh, nobody's watching yet. All right. Let me just see. Let me just put it over here. But anyway, these are these costumes are basically supposed to be really it's supposed to be really offensive. You know, SJWs, they get really offended by just the smallest thing. You know, cultural appropriation. I remember they had that whole thing about the Native American costumes and so on and so forth. You know, it was marginalizing, that they've said it marginalized Native Americans, and that it propagated stereotypes which were harmful to the black community and so on and so forth. And it's worthy of being made fun of. I mean, there's certain things about these people that are worthy of being. I know it seems mean to make fun of people, but sometimes it's deserved. Okay, why don't I go one more time and see if somebody's in the chat. Nope, nobody's in the chat, so I might as well start reading. The 5 most triggering Halloween costumes of 2017 by Deborah Hine. She's pretty, so you definitely know she's conservative. But anyway, let's do this. As the days get shorter and cooler, a familiar pre-Halloween ritual is swinging into high gear. Of course, when I'm talking about spasms of fox outrage and virtue signaling over Halloween costumes we are seeing as the big day draws near. Yeah, it seems like this happens. I mean, it's just a recent phenomena, but this seems to happen a lot every year. This definitely seems to quite a bit. If anybody's there, I'm gonna check the chat every now and then, and if you guys find this offensive, and if any of you guys tell me by every costume we see on here, tell me how triggering you think it is on like a 1 to 10 scale. Tell me from a 1 to 10 scale how triggering certain costumes are. All right? Thank you. All right, let's keep going. Business Insider has listed as a list of 14 costumes you shouldn't wear this year because some common Halloween costumes can be problematic. Okay, thank you for quoting Lacey Green there. I'm gonna have to wash the throw up I have in my mouth from that. Right. As a public service, I've whittled the number down to the top 5 political... There's more than 5. Well, of course there's more than 5. No, I've whittled down the number down to the top politically incorrect costumes you should avoid this year if you don't want to trigger outrage. I want to trigger outrage. I'll probably get all of these. You can see the first costume down there. Sorry. Emotional meltdowns and even fisticuffs. On Halloween. You can get arrested for this? Ugh, no fisticuffs. Yeah, people getting punched. Hobo costume. A hobo? That's offensive? Are we appropriating hobo culture or something? What's going on here? Oh, it's making fun of poor people. No. It's making fun. It's a hobo, okay? It's not making fun of homeless people, but it's... Okay, let's read some of the Twitter comments down below. I know you should dress how you want to, but why are all the costumes available for women slutty? Men like to see some skin on women. Sorry, ladies. Men like women. Even this hobo costume. She's not even outraged about it negatively portraying poor people. She's mad that because the costume looks slutty. Oh dear, this is hilarious. We gotta load more? Well, load more. All right, insensitive and misogynistic. I showed you the insensitive and misogynistic people. You wouldn't make fun of a homeless person on the street, Business Insider scolds. Homelessness is a serious issue. No, homelessness is not a... Okay, yes, it is a serious issue, but this is not degrading homelessness in any way, shape, or form to wear this costume. Okay, it's not making fun of it. Okay, they just saw it, thought of it as something interesting. And hobo doesn't always mean technically homeless person. I mean, it does mean homeless person, but a hobo is a name for a person who travels around a lot, who just doesn't have a home. Basically, a nomad. Somebody, if you think of the hobo as somebody who would jump on a train and who would travel around, well, who would basically hitch free rides on trains and travel around. I wonder if anybody's watching this now. I want to get your input. What do you guys think of this? Nobody? Really? Nobody's watching this? Crap. Nobody's watching this, really. Whatever. Somebody is bound to come in here eventually. Insensitive. Men's Arab chic costume. Oh, God. Men's Arab chic costume. We don't want to offend the Muslims. Yeah, exactly. We do not want to offend the Muslims here. We're wanting to be culturally sensitive. Ugh. But anyway, yeah. Men's Arab chic costume, yeah. Forum novelties means standard. Whoopsie. This costume draws on false stereotypes of Middle Eastern culture. Please, they're not false stereotypes. You go to the Middle East, it's exactly how it seems. Mrs. Science Center warns, it's harmful to reinforce negative and misconceived notions about a about a region, religion, or group of people. Okay, we're not saying all Muslims are bad, but their culture is really low. Trust me. Sorry. Excuse me. Oddly enough, the tweet from Arab TV didn't seem to have a problem with it. Oh my gosh. Arab TV. It's the thing is that, here's the thing about it. Okay. Nick DiPaolo, during a interview with Steven Crowder, says that when he was doing a stand-up routine, he says it was more often that white people, young white kids would walk out, they were the ones getting the most offended and would walk out. He says out of his whole career, he's only had like 8 black people walk out on him. And he says sometimes the old black man is like the best person. The person who you would think would get the most offended at something actually laughs the hardest because he knows that it's ridiculous and he laughs along, okay? But anyway, here we go. Load more. Native princess costume. God, I can see where this is going. Other costumes have also been suspended from the site, including a chic costume. A chic costume. Oh, gosh. Other costumes have also been suspended from the site, including a chic costume featuring a tunic and a headscarf. Okay. Why? There's nothing. It's a part of their culture, okay? You're not stealing anybody's culture if you wear it as a... You're not degrading anybody just because you wear a costume of it. It's just... That's a costume. It's a fashion statement, okay? A fashion statement isn't really something that is sacred, okay? I'm not, burning a sacred cow by eating a piece of... by, wearing their outfit for my Halloween costume, okay? I mean, I mean, not like they would get offended by any of this other crap. All right, let's keep going. Inflatable fat ballerina. Inflatable fat ballerina. Oh, gosh. Oh, dear. We got to get the fat pride, people. Yeah. There's nothing. Do I even need to go through this one? I mean, it's just so obvious. I mean, let's be honest. The idea of a fat person trying to do ballet is pretty hilarious. I hope if JJ was to watch this, he'd probably be like, yeah, it's funny. It's funny. I couldn't do ballet. Yeah. I just wish somebody else was in the freaking comment section. Nobody in the comment section still? Really? Anyway, I'll keep going. Anyway, inflatable fat ballerina. Supply followed Dema. Why is there multiple rows in this inflatable ballerina costume? Of this inflatable ballerina costume, because people think it's funny. An inflatable the idea of a fat ballerina is just hilarious. Of a fat, just some big fat guy trying to stand up on his toe. It's just hilarious, just the idea of it. I mean, fat pride. I mean, if people are like the fat pride people, we need to stop marginalizing fat people. Okay, let's do here. Fat people. If anybody needs marginalization, it's fat people, okay? In more ways than one, I could say. You need to be a lower margin, is basically what I'm trying to say. You know, if you're fat, you need to lose weight, okay? That's basically what I'm saying here. Sorry, JJ. I hope I didn't trigger you with that, what I just said. Come on, people. It's 2017. Try to avoid costumes that could be interpreted as body shaming, like this one from Target. Listen, okay? Listen. Body shaming. Listen, you shouldn't degrade somebody just because they're fat. But this is not degrading. It's hilarious. It's just funny. The idea of a fat person. All fat people know that they are not going to be able to do ballerina, okay? All right? This isn't, I mean, the thing is we should be encouraging people to lose weight. And rather not be, you know, if you get offended by this, I think it's really a lack of personal integrity. I think it really is, because fat people with integrity know that they're fat and they need to lose weight. But yeah, they're willing, and they would laugh at something like this. They wouldn't find it a problem. Okay, so just because we make fun of something doesn't mean it's done out of spite. Okay, let's go to the most triggering, the wall. The fucking wall. Do I even need to go through why this is so triggering? Oh dear. Oh, oh God. Okay, get it together. Get it to okay. I'm done. The wall. It's an album, people. It's an album. An album. An A-U-B-U-M album. It's an old Pink Floyd album, and people think that this is supposed to be the wall. Even if it wasn't for the wall, even if cultural appropriation isn't for you, here's something directly racist costume straight from it's racist. A wall is racist, of course, because we don't want no brown people in here in America. Listen, we don't want brown people coming across the border, you know, without there being some sort of, you know, permit, visa, you know. We don't want people coming over here without some sort of form of, what's the word for it? Without some sort of permission, basically. I mean, you wouldn't let people into your house. Do you think if a black person wants to come in your house, you don't know why he wants to come in your house, is it racist to say, no, you can't come in? because really, because you think that if a white person came to my house, you would just be like, oh, come in. No. If a black person, some sketchy looking black person comes to my house in the dead of night with no, and asks to come into my house without any sort of, without any for real good reason, I'm calling the freaking cops. Same with the white dude, okay? All right, this one is triggering extreme liberal meltdowns on Twitter. I bet. Even though the costume may just be a reference to Pink Floyd's The Wall album cover. Of course. Really, party? Let's look through this. Really, Party City? A Build the Wall costume, wrote one user on Twitter. It's for a album, retard. An album. This isn't about being politically correct. It's about being decent. Decent, sick human beings. He must have cussed or something. Said another. If cultural appropriation of Halloween isn't for you, here's a directly racist costume straight from Party City. Another upset liberal wrote. Oh my gosh, these people, they get triggered at the smallest thing. Even if an ant has... It even has Antifa types riled up. If anybody wears The Wall costume, fair warning, you're getting punched, like, hard in the enraged snowflake fumed. If you're getting punched just because you wore a costume that's not even for the thing you are, it's not even implying the thing that you think it is, really? It's an album cover. People, it's an album cover. One of the best albums ever written in history. The Wall is like the best album ever written. Yeah, see what I mean? I see exactly what you mean, ma'am. I see exactly what you mean. Be careful out there, folks. Halloween can be very scary, especially if you're wearing a costume that triggers liberals. I bet you may get punched, and then somebody's getting shot. Anyway, it was good to talk to you all. I hope that you all enjoy this. I mean, I don't think anybody is actually watching this, but let's see. I know Caleb Roy Brewster. Glad to see you're not an SJW. Thanks. Thanks, Caleb. I really enjoy that. I wish some more people would have watched it. I am actually watching this. I'm sorry, you guys. You missed the whole thing. I went through the entire article, and you guys weren't watching. Watching the. Why don't I go back through the most triggering thing real fast, so that you guys can see what's going on. How many people are watching this, by the way? Oh, one person's nobody's watching this. Anyway, I think that's good for the I think that's good for this stream. I'll let you all go. I hope you had a good time. Bye. See ya.